Hey guys, where that's a good idea. Welcome to our official YouTube channel, unofficially sponsored by Dr. Pepper and Fago. Now it's Friday, so you may have joined us hoping to see the latest episode of Beyond the Journey, behind the scenes of Beyond the Journey, the musical adaptation of The Journey, the making of Your Leads Are Now Diamonds. But we're going to take a week off. This week we wanted to do a segment we like to call the Social Media Lounge. So Ginger is firing up the Twitter machine, and he's going to read some of your candid tweets, totally not pre-prepared, for you guys to ask questions about what we've done, what we're doing, and what we're going to be doing as 2017 continues. Ginger, first tweet.
Dubstep guy says, Mike, why exactly were you in Lithuania? Hashtag conspiracy. Hashtag don't believe you.
We do live in an age of information and misinformation, and people miser up the craziest things. People think that there's stuff going on when there isn't, and they like to add the stories. But it is a fair question, because there's been a lot of speculation as to why it's been so long since you've seen Ginger and I on screen at the same time. To explain how I got to Lithuania, there's a few things that you've got to know about the country of Lithuania that most of us Americans don't know. The first thing is that Lithuania is the hot air balloon capital of the world. There are more hot air balloons per person in Lithuania than anywhere else in the world. Now, the second thing that most of us don't realize about Lithuania is that they have the fastest internet speeds of anywhere in the world. That study was taken a few years ago, but I can tell you from getting out there myself that they have the fastest upload and download speeds imaginable. The last thing about Lithuania that I didn't know until recently is that they are the only country with a national perfume. The scent of Lithuania is a fragrance that the Lithuanians use on themselves and in their homes. It's a combination of like Febreze and perfume. That's actually how I ended up in Lithuania in the first place. You see, after Your Leads Are Now Diamonds kind of took off and we started getting royalty checks and notoriety and fame and these things, and you look really excited about that, of course.
Yeah.
As that happened, I actually took a quick trip to the Aleutian Islands, the little archipelago off the coast of Alaska, and what I was doing there was helping set sea otters out of captivity back into the wild. Now, if you have ever handled a sea otter, you know that they smell awful, and that stench is not something that just comes out. I unfortunately wore my favorite shirt, my favorite pants, and my favorite jacket out on the expedition as we were letting these otters go, and I really wanted to get that smell out. So a native, I don't know if it's correct to say an Eskimo, but a native Alaskan told me about this scent of Lithuania and said it is the one surefire way to get sea otter smell out of your clothes. So I knew what I had to do. I had to get to Lithuania. So I made it out there, and I found a store that sold the perfume. And I was excited, and as I began to spray it on my clothes, the smell started to go away. But while I was there, I wanted to take advantage of the internet speeds. You see, we use a lot of public domain footage for our videos. Obviously, that's nothing to do with like green screen trickery or whatever. I'm just talking about for our music videos, of course, right? So anyway, I wanted to download a bunch of public domain footage, and I actually started, I guess it got out of control. I downloaded 70 terabytes of public domain footage. Now, let me tell you, no matter how fast the internet goes, 70 terabytes is a lot. It's a huge amount of video. So it took a while, and I missed my taxi to the airport. So I decided to take one of their world-renowned hot air balloons to an international airport where I'd fly to Europe and I'd fly back to the USA in time for our first promotional video with the Mass Motivator. Unfortunately, my hot air balloon was stuck on the runway because it had a flat tire.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Hot air balloons don't have tires.
They do in Lithuania.
Huh, okay.
So I wasn't able to make it back. And I understand that, people like to add stuff, but now that I've told you the real story, hopefully we put this to bed. Because obviously, it could happen to anybody. What's up with the next question, Ginger?
Alright, so let's see what we got here. Alright, we've got Chris Hansen.
Wait! The Chris Hansen?
It's got the check mark next to it.
Wow. Didn't know you were a fan. Good to have you. We appreciate the work you do.
Chris Hansen says, Ginger, we can't find anyone in the U.S. named Cookie. What gives? All right, so this is probably what... You're probably not really searching hard enough, but one, you're probably not even really thinking about it right. You're thinking Cookie. It's pronounced Kazirozeroki, and that's probably why you're not finding it.
So your first name is definitely Ginger.
Yes. So I let him say Cookie.
And I appreciate it, because a lot of times I slip up and say his real first name, which is... and a lot of times there's no reason for me to slip and say a first name that doesn't exist. Now we're going to take a quick commercial break by our actual sponsor, Skippy. And when we return, we'll answer more questions in the social media lounge.
Skippy is the one peanut butter, America's greatest selling peanut butter. And of course there's a reason for it. You see, Skippy is the only peanut butter in the entire store that has had the stale makers removed. And that, of course, means that every jar of Skippy peanut butter, there is never any staleness or rancid taste. It's always easy to digest. Now, I would end this by saying, so what? But Skippy is very pleasant.
There you have it. It's not stale or rancid, and it digests well.
Skippy, our proud sponsors. Welcome back to the Social Media Lounge on a blistery Friday afternoon. We got time for a few more questions. Ginger, fire up the Twitter machine.
Mr. Peanut Butter says, which do y'all love more, peanut butter or pro wrestling? Peanut
Pro
butter.
wrestling.
Peanut
Pro
butter.
wrestling.
Peanut
Pro
butter.
wrestling.
Pro wrestling. No, I watch,
Peanut butter.
I watch a lot of pro wrestling.
Yeah, well, I eat a lot of peanut butter. Next question.
All right. So Disha says, what was up with the fidget spinner video? Hashtag sellout.
Okay, we're going to have to be brutally honest. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the deal. After Your Leads Are Now Diamonds came out, there was a huge social media buzz, a lot of craze, a lot of albums sold. And over on our Facebook, whenever we posted a video, we would get thousands of views in just a few moments. We're not really good at this YouTube thing. And as of the time that we sat down here in the Social Media Lounge, we had like 23 subscribers, and we had maybe 1,000 views tops, despite all the word being out. We just really aren't sure how to increase our presence on YouTube. So we found the most trending topic of the week, which was the fidget spinner. Unfortunately, my friend Ginger wasn't able to pronounce it correctly and kept coming back to the gent. As that happened, he's a very big believer that we don't overly sell things, that we don't promote them too hard. And so I would never take an opportunity like this to point at the subscribe button below this video and encourage you to press like. He would hate it if I asked everyone watching right now to share this with their friends, to subscribe, and to click like. And for that reason, we just decided to stick with a simple fidget spinner video. Alright guys, well it has been a great time inside the Social Media Lounge, and we hope to do these in the future, but between now and then, you know, if you came back to this channel at some point to click subscribe, press like, or watch more of our videos, we would sure appreciate it. Next week, more Beyond the Journey. You guys have a great weekend.